How to lose weight without giving up rice and roti. Important. This video presents general nutritional education, not individualized medical advice. Weight loss depends on overall energy intake, activity, health status, medication, and other factors. Close-up of steaming basmati rice, fresh chapatis coming off tawa, dal sabji, curd, and salad being served. Then trying to lose weight, but someone told you that you have to completely stop eating rice and roti. Here is a good news. You don't necessarily have to give them up. For millions of Indian families, rice and rotis aren't just foods. They are part of everyday meals, family traditions, and culture. So when diet tells you no rice, no roti, no carbohydrates, it's no surprise that many people find the diet impossible to maintain. But here is the important question. Can you lose weight while it while still eating rice and roti? Yes, for many people, absolutely. The key isn't simply whether you eat rice or roti. It's how much you eat and when you eat with it. How much your meals are structured and your overall calorie intake and activity. In today's video, I am going to show you how to build Indian weight loss plate without complicated eliminating foods you love. We talk about rice portions, roti portion, dal, vegetable, protein, cooking oil, breakfast, dinner, snacks, and biggest mistake people make when trying to lose weight on Indian diet. Now let us begin. Part 1. Carbohydrate myth. Let us start clearing up one common misconception. Carbohydrates are not automatically responsible for weight gain. Rice and wheat both contain carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide energy. The problem is not that carbohydrate exists. The bigger issue is overall energy intake, portion sizes, food quality, preparation, and your individual needs. Think about typical Indian meal you might have: rice, dal, potatoes, vegetable curry, roti, pickle, papad, sweet drink, and perhaps dessert. And none of these foods are alone automatically causes weight gain. But when several calories dense foods are combined in large portions, total energy intake can become much higher than you realize. So instead of asking, should I stop eating rice? Ask, how can I structure my entire meal better? That is much more useful question. Part 2. Why portion size matters. Rice is easy to overeat. Why? Because cooked rice is relatively easy to consume in large quantities. You can take one serving, then another, and before you realize it, you have eaten much more than you intended. This doesn't mean rice is bad. It means portion awareness matters. Instead of filling half or three-quarters of your plate with rice, try building more balanced plate. For example, large portion of vegetables, protein-rich food, moderate portion of rice, and perhaps some curd, depending on your preferences and dietary needs. The exact portion isn't the same for everyone. Someone who is highly active may need more food than someone who is sedentary. The age, body size, activity level, health conditions, and goals all matter. Part 3. How to eat rice and losing weight. Let us make this practical. Suppose rice is a part of your lunch. Instead of eating rice with a little ease, create a complete meal. For example, rice plus dal plus vegetables plus protein source plus salad. The combination matters. Dal provides portion, protein and fiber. Vegetables add volume and nutrients. Protein source can increase meal satisfaction, and rice provides carbohydrates. This is much more balanced than simply eating a large bowl of rice with small amount of curry. A simple rule: don't make rice entire meal. Make a rice one part of the meal. Can you eat part food? Can you eat roti and lose weight? No. Now let us talk about roti. Roti can absolutely be part of weight management diet, but once again, portion size and rest of meal matter. The common mistake is three or four rotis, a large bowl of potatoes curry, a spoonful of pickle, and then sweet dessert. Roti isn't necessarily the problem. The total meal is what matters. Try pairing roti with dal, chana, rajma, paneer, eggs, chicken, fish, vegetables, curd. Depending on your dietary preferences, this creates a more balanced meal. Part 5. Indian weight loss plate. Here is one of the simplest strategies you can use. Imagine your plate divided into sections. First, vegetables. Fill a substantial portion of plate with vegetables or salad. Example, cabbage, cauliflower, bindi, beans, spinach, carrots, cucumber, tomatoes, lowkey, mixed vegetables. Second, protein. For example, dal, chana, rajma, eggs, fish, chicken, tofu, paneer, yogurt. Third, carbohydrate. Then add your rice or roti. This way you are not eliminating carbohydrates, you are balancing them. Part 6, rice or roti, which is better? Here is a question I hear frequently. Is the rice better or roti better for weight loss? There isn't there isn't a universal winner. Both can fit it into healthy diet. And what matters is portion size, preparation on what you eat with them, and your overall dietary pattern. For example, eating moderate serving of rice with dal and vegetables can be perfectly reasonable. Likewise, eating one or two rotis with vegetables and protein source can also work. You don't need to turn rice versus roti into competition. Choose the option you enjoy and can fit into your overall diet. Part 7. Hidden calories in the Indian cooking. Now we are getting to something extremely important. Sometimes people blame rice and roti while ignoring cooking oil. Oil is calorie dense and it's easy to use more oil. Think about your daily meals. Oil used for tadka, frying, vegetable curry, paratha, snacks, gravy and cooking. And two extra small spoonfuls throughout day can add up. It doesn't mean you should eliminate oil. It means measure it rather than pouring it automatically. Use enough to cook your food properly while keeping your overall dietary needs in mind. Part 8. What about paratha? Let us talk about one of the most loved Indian food, paratha. The plain roti and heavy oil or butter-laden paratha aren't nutritionally identical. The added fat can substantially increase energy content. So if weight loss is your goal, you don't necessarily have to ban paratha. Instead, consider how much oil or ghee you are using, how many are you eating, and what are you eating with them, and how often. Instead of vegetable paratha with the yogurt can be very different from several healthy buttered parathas, followed by the sugary drinks. Again, look at the entire meal. Part 9, Protein Problem. One reason some people feel hungry shortly after eating Indian meal is that meal may be relatively low in protein. If you are trying to lose weight, don't focus only on reducing carbohydrates. Also think about whether your meals contain enough protein. Depending on your dietary pattern, that might mean dal, lentils, chickpeas, rajma, soy, tofu, paneer, eggs, fish, chicken, yogurt. Protein needs vary from person to person. If you have kidney disease or another medical condition requiring dietary restriction, discuss your diet intake with your healthcare professional. Part 10. Don't forget fiber. Fiber is another important piece of puzzle. The higher fiber food can help support digestive health and may help you feel the fuller. The good sources include vegetables, whole fruits, beans, lentils, chickpeas, oats, whole grains, nuts and seeds. So instead of simply removing rice or roti, try adding more vegetables and legumes to your meal. Sometimes weight management isn't about taking something away. It's about improving overall composition of your plate. Part 11. What about white rice? Many people believe white rice must be completely eliminated. That is not necessarily true. White rice can fit into balanced diet. However, portion size matters, particularly if you are trying to manage your overall calorie intake or blood sugar. You can also experiment with other grains depending on your preferences. For example, brown rice, millets, whole grains, and don't assume that simply switching to a different grain automatically causes weight loss. Overall diet still matters. A huge serving of healthy grain can still provide sustainable, substantial calories. Part 12. Breakfast, where many people go wrong. Let us move to the breakfast. Indian breakfast can be delicious. Poha, upma, idli, dosa, paratha, stuffed roti. But some meals can become calorie dense depending on the preparation and portion size. Instead of eliminating your favorite breakfast, think about the balance. For example, poha plus vegetables plus protein source, or idli plus sambar, or dosa plus sambar plus vegetables. The goal is to create satisfying meal rather than simply eating little as possible. Part 13. Dinner. Do you have to stop eating carbs? Another popular claim is never eat rice or roti at a night. But there isn't a universal rule that says everyone must avoid carbohydrate after a particular time. Total daily intake and overall dietary pattern matter. If you enjoy roti for dinner, you don't necessarily need to remove it. Instead, consider total meal. For example, roti, vegetable sabzi, dal, or another protein source. Salad, curd if appropriate, and avoid turning dinner into large, heavy meal followed by the several calorie-dense snacks. Part 14. Snacking problem. Here is where many weight loss plans quietly fail. Here is, meals may be reasonable, but snacks add up. Biscuits with the tea, namkeen, chips, sweets, fried snacks, sugary beverages, and repeated small bites throughout the day. And one small snack may not seem important, but several snacks can significantly increase your daily energy intake. Try planning snacks rather than eating automatically. Options might include fruit, plain yogurt, roasted chickpeas, major portion of nuts, or another nutrient-dense option that fits your dietary need. Part 15. Biggest mistake elimination. The biggest mistake I see in the belief that successful weight loss requires eliminating every food you enjoy. No rice, no roti, no sweets, no restaurant meals, no family dinners. Eventually, the plan becomes so restrictive that it is impossible to maintain. Then it becomes overeating, then guilt, then another diet, and then cycle repeats. Instead, build a system you can live with. The rice is a part of your culture and daily life. Learn how to portion it. If you love roti, learn how to build balanced roti based meal. If you enjoy sweets occasionally, learn how to include them without turning one treat into entire weekend of overeating. Sustainable beats extreme. Part 16. A simple Indian weight loss day. Let us create an example. There isn't a prescription or one size fits all diet. It's simply illustration of how you could structure your meals. Breakfast: vegetable poha with protein-rich accompaniment. Lunch: moderate serving of rice, dal, large serving of vegetables, salad, and curd if desired. Evening: fruit or another plain snack. Dinner: roti, vegetable sabji, protein-rich food, salad. Drink: mostly water or unsweetened beverages. Exact food and quantity should be adjusted to your individual calories and nutrition needs. Part 17. The 5 rules to remember. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember these 5 rules. Rule 1. You don't have to automatically eliminate rice or roti. Rule 2. Watch portions. Rule 3. Add protein and vegetables to your meals. Rule 4. Pay attention to cooking oils, snacks and sugary drinks. Rule 5. Focus on your overall eating pattern, not one individual food. 30-day rice and roti challenge. Here is something you can try for next 30 days. Don't eliminate rice, don't eliminate roti. Instead focus on portion awareness and meal balance. For 30 days. Week 1. Observe your normal portion. Week 2. Add more vegetables and proteins. Week 3. Measure cooking oil and reduce unnecessary liquid calories. Week 4. Focus on consistency and regular physical activity. At the end of the month, evaluate your weight trend, waist measurement, energy level, hunger, and adherence. If you are not seeing the progress despite consistent effort, reassess your overall intake and activity and consider discussing your situation with qualified healthcare professional. Important health disclaimer. One important point before we finish. If you have diabetes, kidney disease, heart disease, gastrointestinal conditions, are pregnant, take medications that affect blood sugar or weight, or another medical condition, the nutritional needs may be different. Don't make major dietary changes based solely on the YouTube videos. Work with a qualified healthcare professional or registered dietitian or for individualized advice. So you can lose weight without giving up rice and protein. For many people, yes, you don't necessarily need to abandon food you grew up eating. Instead, control portions, build a balanced meal, eat plenty of vegetables, include appropriate protein, watch cooking oil and snacks, stay active, get enough sleep, and most importantly, create a plan you can actually maintain. To enjoy this video, subscribe to the Health Coach for practical nutrition, healthy aging, and weight management videos. And tell me in the comments, are you a rice person or roti person? Comment rice or roti below. And if you are trying to lose weight after 40 or 50, watch our next video why you are not losing weight even though you are eating less. Because healthy weight loss isn't about giving up everything without. It's about learning how to make your favorite food work within the balanced lifestyle. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video.